Take 3. Philadelphia. Why? I never make videos like this, but I think you guys deserve it. Philadelphia goes into Boston, or goes up against Boston, sorry, we're at home, and blows a 3-1 lead off of very crappy penalties from Kevin Hayes and Scott Lofton. I find it gross to the fact that we even had a lead in that game, and we blew that too. Like, even if we won the game and we were still heavily outplayed by Boston, I would have still taken it. I would have still been like, okay, whatever, we still won the game. That's a plus. But no, we're lucky we got a point. We're lucky we got a point out of that game because Lofton took a penalty. So did Hayes. We took the softest penalties in that whole game I've ever seen. Our defense has been terrible throughout the entire season. The entire season. You can't tell me. Name one game they were good. Name one game wasn't our goaltender carrying us. And yeah, you're complaining about Carter Hart having a slow start. It's not him. It's not him at all. It's the defense. That's why he's doing so bad. And then you have toxic Bruins fans saying, "Oh, 3-1 lead. What happened?" I'm like, dude, do you realize what team you're playing against? We should not be as good as we are. If you're watching these Flyers games and you're watching them as close as I am, you would agree with me because I am seeing an absolute joke being put on the ice right now. We're getting outplayed in every game. We're getting outshot in every game. We're getting outscored. Actually, no, sorry. We aren't getting outscored. Most games we aren't because we're actually winning games. Luckily for us. And then we're losing in overtime to some teams because we blow leads. Or we're winning in overtime because we blew leads. Like, what the heck, Philadelphia? You go into New York, you blow 2 different leads, and you win 2 in overtime. Lucky you. You should have lost them. And like I can't even count on all my fingers how many times we've blown a lead, let alone against the Islanders. We blew like 6 leads against the Islanders in the playoffs. Hell, we blew 6 leads in the playoffs. Like, Philadelphia, what has happened to you? These guys were so good at the pause. I think that's where these guys were so good at the pause at the round robin. They go into Montreal. They don't put up a performance I thought they were going to. But that's lucky. Carter Hart got them out of that series. I'm like, all right. So then we go face New York. We get our butts kicked. And we're lucky we even forced a Game 7. I'm just going to say that right now. We should have lost in 5. But we're lucky we forced Game 7s. And then it's been lackluster the whole season. I think we're lucking out in some games. We're lucking out in almost all of our games because we're getting outplayed in all of them. This team has not been good, has not been as good as they used to be. COVID killed this team. COVID is still killing this team. Bottom line, COVID is still killing this team. And I looked at the fact that, Couturier is out, Frost is out, all these guys are out, and they just they're putting such a minimal effort on the ice. And I think it's time you start making a wake-up call. Alain Vigneault and Chuck Fletcher. You start scratching Provorov. You start scratching Gustafsson. You start scratching Haig. You start scratching the defense. Because the defense is the reason why we're not good right now. Just watching us get outplayed in every single game. Watching us get made fun of by every team for blowing leads and losing in overtime. We are a disgrace to the NHL right now. And we should not be second in our division. We should be last in our division with how we're playing right now.